What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Today, we're going to talk about the World Championship, what happened over the past weekend, who won, what was big victors, and all that kind of good stuff. Shout out like always to Limitless TCG, one of the best websites for all the information regarding Pokemon, all that kind of good stuff. Just want to point out right away, this is a huge thing to talk about. If you look at the World Championships the past couple of years, the smallest we had was actually in Worlds 2016. We had 112 players. That's crazy, right? This World Championship, we had 1,147 Masters playing. 1,147 Masters playing in that tournament. That's insane. Hey, the cool thing about 2016 is I was there. I was there in 2016. Let's go. Now, hopefully that's 112 players in day one. I don't know. I don't know if this is day one information or day two stuff. But when you click on these, like, it only shows you top whatever, like top 32 and stuff like that. So I don't know if this is like day one, day two stuff, because this was one of the first tournaments in a good minute that there wasn't a day one, day two split that I'm aware of. So just want to point that out. So I have no idea if this is like 2016 was day two, day one, who knows. But either way, 1,147 players is insane. Like I said, I have no idea. Look at the World Championships 2023, 170. So this might be day two numbers, actually. Yeah, this actually might be day two, because like 170, and it ends at 170, which Limitless always posts the day two stuff. So maybe I have the facts a little bit wrong. But anyways, we had 1,147 players in the World Championship. There was no day one, day two, which is why we see that. And going into day two, we had 127 players make day two, which is insane. It is insane. So many players. We had more players in day two than, I don't know, probably some big tournaments back in the day, right? But anyways, yeah, today we're going to talk about what happened at Worlds. The big thing going into Worlds, everybody was hyping up Regidrago. Regidrago was the deck. It was the deck to beat. It was the number one deck. Well, I mean, it still did very well. You look at stats, it had a 35 count in day two. There were 17 Lugia Archeops, 15 Charizard, 15 Raging Bolt Oglebronze, 10 Iron Thorns, 8 Guardy, 6 Miraidon, 4 Chipel, and all this stuff going down, right? Now, when we look at most successful decks, Regidrago was, 35%. And in top 8, it made 1, 2, 3, 4. So half top 8 was the Regidrago deck. Now, does this mean that Regidrago was the best deck? I don't know. It didn't win, so we take that as what it is, right? Take a grain of salt for what it's worth. But I think the thing about this too, it's in sheer numbers, right? We see, it was the most played deck, so of course it's going to have the most placements. So is Regidrago V-Star the best deck from this weekend? It's hard to say. It is very hard to say because of the sheer numbers, right? And that means the more people play it, the better it's going to do, right? So let's look forward quick. Number 2 was Lugia Archeops, right? 17. We see Raul making 9th. We see Consta making 14th. And then we have Tansai Ito. And you can do it this way too. You can look at Lugia Archeops this way. You can see, 9, 15, and then it kind of just falls off, right? So I think that's a kind of a big thing to talk about. Like top 32 is where you kind of want to be at, I think, at Worlds, right? So with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, only 5 placements in top 32 was Regidrago. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and it keeps going. I imagine past that too as well. So had a good enough people there. Charizard had 15 players. Toward, of course, being the highest one. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, 4 out of, what was it? 4 out of 15. So, like, 1/4 players made 1/4 made to the top 32 or better, which is okay, I guess. You have a bunch of people in 100s, which is not that good, right? I mean, it's still good. Like, the Worlds made it day 2. Raging Bolt had 15, so same amount as Charizard, and Raging Bolt had only 2 and top 32. So definitely Charizard was the better play over the Raging Bolt deck. Iron Thorns, only 10 players made it to day 2. And we see only 3 people actually made it. So not that high, not that many people. Only 4. So okay, actually it did pretty well. 4 out of, that's actually pretty well. I would say 4 out of 10. Yeah, if you were telling me that, like, if I made it to day 2 and half of us were going to make top 32 money, yeah, we're good. Gardevoir, there was 8 of them, and Only 2 of them, so not very good ratio. And then from here, I don't know how I kind of want to take these. Like Miraidon, I think Miraidon had a 2 out of 6, but less people playing it, so less variants to actually show. We see Snorlax Stall. Snorlax Stall definitely was not to play. Highest placement was 43rd, so no good there. Godango, 39, 50, 71st. Nobody made that. Ancient Box, I think we had 3. Nobody made top 32 there. But Roaring Moon, I think this is like the questionable one, right? You had one that got 2nd and one that had 72nd. You know? You either got 2nd or you got 72nd. So, it's kind of hard to tell. Not a lot of variants in there, unfortunately. Pidgeot Control, there's 2. 27th, but Alessandra's always playing Pidgeot, so take it what you want. Yeah, they're probably the most well-known. Only 1 Lost Box deck made it day 2, which is crazy. Getting 53rd, so not even top 32. Bayonet did make it a day 2, got 67th, unfortunately. And then the last one was a Dragapult deck, and it got 123rd. What version of this did they play? I'm just curious. It is it's just a straight Dragapult B-Barrel version with Pheasantipede and Luminion and just playing straight Dragapult. Yeah. So yeah, I think the big thing here is like, is Regidrago the best deck? Is it not the best deck? That's kind of up to you to decide. We'll quickly look through these. So here is Iron Thorns. For those who don't know, it's what the list looks like. Fernando did win. Congratulations, Fernando. Fantastic. Course Tenacity is probably the coolest inclusions deck. Just be able to search a deck for a Stadium card and an energy card is pretty good. Just guarantee that double turbo energy is pretty great. I like this new Roaring Moon deck a lot. I think this is really cool, and I think it's a great innovation for sure. The Petron will be able to switch in and stuff like that. Pheasantipede help draw cards. The double squawk ability, just being really fast, and flips with catcher plus Sada and stuff like that. Really cool. I like this a lot. Really fast and aggressive Roaring Moon deck, and just be able to get the Roaring Moon out of the bench onto the active with Petron. It's pretty good, so I think that was pretty much the cool thing there. The Petron and the Pheasantipede to help draw cards. It's really, really cool. I like those a lot. Jesse Parker making 3rd with their trusty Miraidon deck, right? They are known for Miraidon. Big things here is I like the Blue Norris Luna. 240 is pretty nice, right? For the late game attacker. 2 Iron Hands just to take those quick knockouts, take those 2 prize cards. Pheasantipede help draw cards when somebody was knocked out. And there's a lot of Pheasantipede going around, which is pretty cool because if somebody was knocked out, you can Pheasantipede, you can Greninja, you can just keep drawing. You can Mew into Pheasantipede into Greninja, and you're just yeah, I'm good to go. I just saw 10 cards, and there's nothing stopping them outside of Iron Thorns. It's the only thing that can really stop abilities right now that I'm aware of. It could be something else, but that's the big thing there. Just being really quick with Miraidon and Raikou as a backup attacker, and then always use 4 Steel Stone. So, a good list from Jesse. The highest Regidrago was Raz. Let's look at the list. I'm not gonna look at the other ones because they're all pretty much similar. I think the big thing was do you play Giratina? Do you play the Raging Bolt? Yeah. Just for the quick knockouts. Everybody was playing, the Guju, the Kyurem, Double Dragapult, Mew, Squawk, and Cleffa. I know Cleffa's and everything, but it's pretty good. Cancel Clone is nice, and we saw that being used a lot, especially with the, Cancel Close plus Kyurem kind of play. But this is pretty similar kind of build that we've seen from everybody else. Pretty neat. Like I said, I'm pretty sure you could do a breakdown real quick and see what exactly the 60 cards are. We might do that here in a second. James Goring, let's go, James! The highest Raging Bolt Ogerpon with the new Pheasantipede card. Everything else is pretty much, I think, standard from what I've seen. Just Raging Bolt, just taking quick knockouts, doing a ton of damage, and just getting out there being aggressive, right? Just being a super aggressive deck and taking knockouts. Running. We are running a lot with shoes in these decks. Roll made 9th with Lugia. Anything spicy in here? I guess Pheasantipede. It looks pretty standard. White Deer is pretty common now. With the Iron Hands, Luminion, Legacy. Yeah, these are all pretty cool things. Iron Bundle to help out just in case you get somebody in the active spot, right? So, Double Mysticos is pretty interesting. I don't think a lot of people were playing Mysticos. I think they're playing the other one to counter tool cards. So double Mesagoza there. Tori playing their Pidgeot deck. Now this is not a Charizard deck. Now this is not the Poison build. This is like a control quote-unquote variant. Like a 2-1-2 Charizard. If you told me there was a 2-1-2 Charizard, I'd be like, yep, that's Tord. Bunch of one-ups here. Like, Tor's just like, yep, I'm playing one of everything. I don't know what's in my deck, but when we draw into it, it'd be like, oh, that's pretty cool. It's pretty nice. We had a Guardy. So here's a Guardy in 12th place. Interesting. Almost making it the top 8. Looks pretty standard. I mean, it has a new Night Stretcher and playing E-Hammer just in case. This was played Unfair Stamp, so that's always been the question. Unfair Stamp or the other one. Let's see. Lucas played a Chimp-Howl version. Playing Palkia V-Star with the new Fezandipity. Seems like everybody's playing like a Fezandipity and these kind of builds. Still playing the Silene kind of thing. Some new stuff in this one is the Palkias are in there now. See here, the Fezandipity is new. I think one less Chimp-Howl, one less Pokestop, and a Night Stretcher. I'm not sure what card that is, but that's pretty much the differences there. A Super Rod is a Night Stretcher. That's what that is. That's what it is. But yeah, I mean, we could talk a little about this, but I just want to give a quick breakdown. I don't think there's anything else really exciting to talk about. I mean, there's some Golden Goes there. And a big net. But we'll definitely talk about those going forward. I just wanted to let people know that, they're up. World Championship's up. Go look at it. Huge shout out to Limitless. Once again, I'm curious to know how many players were in day one of these as well. That's the big thing. But guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Just a quick breakdown of Worlds 2024. Like I said, congratulations, Fernando. And we'll see you on Monday when we start covering and actually play the decks from Worlds. Alrighty, guys.